Alrighty guys, so setting's a little bit different today. It is definitely not a reaction video. I wanted to do something a little bit different today. I wanted to just sit down and have a talk with you guys, get a little bit deeper, talk about something a little bit more personal and kind of just give you guys show you guys a different side of me that, many of you guys have seen, many of you guys haven't seen. I've been on YouTube, I've been doing YouTube, my channel at least, or this channel right here for like years. I've had it since I was little, guys, and when it was little, I always just had fun with it. I still have fun with it now. It's just like for fun, it's not, it's never been more than that. But, over the past year or two, I've gained quite, from what I ever thought. I never thought I'd get 5,000, 10,000 subscribers. So like for me to almost be at 20,000, I've gained a little bit of a fan base. No, I wouldn't say fan base. A little bit of a viewership. I've gained people that enjoy watching my videos, and I realized that I rarely get personal with you guys, and I hate that because one of the reasons I've always wanted to do YouTube and to grow and to get more of an audience is because I want to relate to people. I want to have interaction and talk about something that means something to me, and kind of bring content that I think is helpful, useful, relatable, anything like that. And I am very proud of videos that I do. I'm proud of my reactions, I'm proud of my reviews, I'm proud of entertaining people and connecting to people through that content, but I do want to get more personal with you guys. So today we have something a little bit more personal. I'm going to be talking about something, a part of my past, my recent past, just something that I was thinking about the other day while I was walking home, and I couldn't get it out of my head because I was thinking about how much my life has changed in the past year, and it is so drastic, guys, and I'm in such a different spot. The last time I sat here and did something like this, I was recovering from stuff. This time last year was me about, it was one of my dips. I'm going to tell you guys a lot of, I'm not going to tell you a full story today, like my whole past story. There's a lot that you guys don't know. There's a lot that I feel like you guys know because I went through it on YouTube. Like I went through it while I was doing YouTube, and I had so many dips. If you guys don't know, I had a period of time where I just stopped uploading for months and months, and I would come back and do a video and explain something, and then I'd stop again. And I feel like me telling you guys I'm having a break, this is why I've just been like down. I feel like that was me explaining it, but I realized that I never actually explained anything to you guys. I never actually gave you a reason. I never told you the story. So I'm going to be telling you guys a little part of it today. If you guys want to hear the fuller story, maybe I'll do a more in-depth video of that in the future. But today I have a specific part that I want to talk about, a specific part of my life that I realized was very unhealthy. And I want to talk about that. So I was not driving. I was walking home the other day from school. I have a nice 40-minute walk from school home every day. From school to my house, and I was just walking and thinking and listening to a podcast, a really old one, but I was thinking to myself, I was just thinking about how my life is now, and if you guys don't know, I'm in a relationship right now. I have a beautiful girlfriend that makes me so incredibly happy. I love her to death. She's like my best friend, and we are long distance, and we recently had our first little vacation. We spent 5 days together in London. She was my best friend for nearly 8 months before that, and it was mostly just long distance, and right away we knew it was good. So I went out to be with her for 5 days. I spent my March break with her in London, and it was the best experience of my life. I had an amazing time. I met the most amazing person, and I went to a place I never thought I'd go. And I'm not going to talk about this relationship and not too much. I'm not going to go too in depth with our story because I want to say that for another video. She's going to be here in 8 weeks, so maybe we'll make a video like that together. But that got me thinking. I'm in a much better spot with her now, being in my life. I'm in such a better spot mentally. I'm happy. I don't have my relapses, my depressive episodes like I used to. And not to sound like I'm depending on her, but she makes me very happy. You know, if anything happens, I know at the end of the day, I get to talk to her. I could, you know, she makes me feel better about things. She just makes everything light. She's there for me. She's such a good and important part of my life. And she, so much of my life right now is good because she's given me reason. And the reason, this is the point I'm getting at. I'm not saying she's the reason, she's the only thing in my life that makes it good. The thing I'm saying is she makes me want to do things. She gives me more reason to do things, and it makes me pick up other things in life. She makes me want to, you know, do my best and put more effort into YouTube. She makes me want to, you know, think about school a little bit more. And if you guys know, I'm really bad at school. But she makes me want to do it. You know, like, I do have things going wrong, but for the most part, she's ever since she's come into my life, I've been a much better person for myself. Anyways, this is what got me thinking. So I was thinking about her, and then that got me thinking about where I was a year ago. And where I was a year ago was really bad. It was horrible. I was in the worst position of my life. I pretty much dropped out of school, switched my life around completely. Like, I've always been a bit of a loner, a bit down. I've always been a happy kid growing up, but I'm saying throughout high school, I've always had that loner mentality, and I've always kind of been a little bit by myself, and just, you know, I feel things really, really deeply. I don't know if you would call that a drama queen or whatever, but I really go through things. Like, when I go through something, I go through it. I'm just a really emotional person. That's how I've always been. But I was thinking about, that, and last year I'm not going to go through the whole story, but if you guys want to know where I was depressed. I was going to therapy once a week. Doctor wanted me on pills, antidepressants. My family, I didn't tell them anything. They still don't know what happened, and I'm not. Some do. My sister kind of knows. I feel like my parents have a hunch, but I didn't open up to anyone. They noticed something change it in me really, like, drastically, and that's, like, I never brought it up to them. I would never go up to my parents and be like, I'm sad, I'm depressed, I need to talk to you. I just started acting differently. I guess I didn't even notice that, but I remember one day I was getting ready for school, and I was in the front entrance, and my mom, just, like, I was tying my shoe, I stood up, she was driving me to school, and she was just hugging me, and she was like, you know, if you ever need anything, you can talk to me, right? And, like, she just, like, made sure I knew that she was there for me, and she gave me a hug and a kiss, and she was just like, she knew, and I didn't know how she knew. I was like, where's she getting this from? And I'm just like, Mom, I'm fine. And then the whole drive to school, she was telling me, like, reassuring me, like, you know, you have nothing to be sad about, doing the mom thing, like, you know, you're a good-looking kid, you know, you're smart, you're talented, like, stuff like that, trying to just brighten me up. But that's when they noticed something was going wrong with me. It got really bad, started missing school pretty much every day, would skip school, my mom would drop me off, I'd leave. It got really bad, my attendance got horrible, they had to call me down to the office, had a meeting with me and my parents. Long story short, kicked me out of school, not kicked me out, guided me out of school for the rest of the semester to another program where I just would do my work separately, no attendance, didn't have to show up, just do my work, get it done. That was it, finish the school year like there. And the reason all this happened, the lead up to this was, this sounds so stupid now that I say it, I was in a really fucking bad relationship last year. Really bad. A horrible fucking relationship. Sorry for swearing. Not gonna bleep it out. I can't do that. I was in an absolutely awful relationship. And I was in it for so long. On and off. It was weird. I'm gonna explain this to you, but it was a really bad, emotionally abusive relationship that sent me down the worst hole of my life. This led me into depression, not particularly the relationship in general, just how it made me feel. This is, you know, I was 15 through 16 in this relationship. and not even just the relationship, it's just having that person in my life made me feel things that I never felt before. It hurt me in ways I never felt before. And it was just the worst. It was the worst experience of my life. I thought I needed that person. I'm not gonna. I'll talk a little bit about it, but I have like this is such an in-depth thing that it's not, the main point of it is not the relationship. I don't want to talk about the relationship. I want to talk about the result of the relationship, and I'll go into that in a different video if you guys want to hear that. I could do these little rants a few times a month, talk about things like this, personal things. Anyways, yeah, I was in a very bad relationship. I met her, I thought she was, like, I don't know, I never really, the thing is, before that, I've never met anyone that showed interest in me. I've never met someone that wanted to talk to me 24/7, like, all the time. I never met anyone that showed that much interest in me, that thought I was attractive, and that I wanted to talk to as well. But, like, it was more just, like, no one's ever shown interest in me. So, like, that to me was, like, whoa. And I thought that's, like, what I thought, I'm, like, a simple, like, whatever, like, that's what I wanted at the time. I was a kid, I was a kid. I was 15, just turning 16. That's what I thought was, like, it for me. I thought that was, like, the first thing ever. So, like, how stupid to think, it couldn't have been that easy, but yeah, so we were good for 2 months. It was okay. It was fine. It was good, for me, at least in my head. I thought it was good, but it got to a point where one day we never really established, like, we were in, like, we talked about, whenever we talk about our, like, we were in a couple, like, but whenever we talk about it, she would just be like, she would be like, yeah, obviously, like, it's only us, like, no one else. Like, we basically clarified it was exclusive, but we never really said, you're my boyfriend, you're my girlfriend, whatever. I think at one point she did she referred to me as her boyfriend, but, like, we didn't really do that too much, but, like, we were exclusive for, like, 2 months. Then, one day, we kind of just, like, broke off. She was like, it wasn't supposed to be like that, so it was supposed to be casual, whatever. That was fine. We went casual for a little bit, then we kind of got back together, and it was on and off for a little bit, and it came to a point where we broke it off, like, finally, completely, like, we broke it off for good, but she would keep coming back and treating me like her boyfriend. She would treat me as if she was in a relationship with me. She would, even though she told me, like, that's it, we're done, she would treat me as if I was her boyfriend, and she wouldn't, and I was so, guys, I don't think you understand, like, this being my first girlfriend, and, like, just the person I am, I was good. I don't want to put suck my own dick like that, but, like, I'm a good boyfriend, like, to my girlfriend now, like, my girlfriend, I think I'm a good boyfriend to her, like, I'm very honest, I'm very loyal, I try to accommodate my partner as much as I possibly can, and think about them, and I try to never make problems, and I was like that with her as well, because that's the type of person I am. I was very good to her, not even as a boyfriend. I'm just saying, like, I don't even like referring to us as in a relationship, because it bothers me now, because she makes me sick to my stomach. Sorry, that was horrible to say, but, like, the way it ended, I could say that, trust me. The situation makes me sick to my stomach. But I was just a good friend to her overall. But when she broke it off, she would come back to me, she's a little bit older than me as well. She would be going out, getting drunk every weekend, knowing I was, like, so head over heels for her. She would go out, get drunk every weekend, make out with guys. I can't say anything, because that's not we're over, that's not my problem. I can't say anything about it. Obviously, it hurt me, because I was so into her at the time. But the issue is that she knew how head over heels I was for her. She knew how into her I was. And she's continuously would come back every night drunk, call me, and tell me about all these guys that she was, like, hooking up with, blah, blah, blah. But then before that, I remember the first night, like, after we broke up, we didn't talk for a few days, she went out And it's like, she knew how into her I was. Like, I would tell her all the time. But after like, we kind of broke it off after a few months, we didn't talk for a few days, she went out, got drunk, texted me like a little bit into the night, and she was like, I miss you. Whatever, the usual thing, like I miss you, she wanted to make sure, like, you know, how you doing tonight, whatever, yeah, we have a little conversation. 10 minutes later, she tells me about, like, oh, some guy just asked me to come over to, like, sleep with him. And I was just so confused. I was like, you know, why are you, like, you know I'm into you. Like, you know I feel a lot for you. Like, I'm gonna get jealous. Don't tell me you miss me. Don't, like, tell me how much I mean to you. And then tell me about all these other guys hitting you up. Like, that's just, it's common sense that you don't do that, because that would hurt me. And I was so good to this person. So it was a continuous cycle of that. She would text me, tell me, like, oh, I miss you, blah, blah, like, hit me up, oh, I'm lonely, why don't you call me, like, we could, like, FaceTime me, whatever. I'd spend hours with her on FaceTime at night, like, then not talk to me for a few days, then talk about other guys, then come back and treat me like I was special. Same thing. She would just really, she would use me as validation. She would use me for attention. Whenever she was lonely, she would hit me up, talk to me, and then whenever she got her attention, she was getting it from someone else, she would go and talk to them. And she would basically only come to me when she wanted attention, when she needed validation, when she wanted something, when she needed to make herself feel good. She basically, the way I always thought of it, or not always thought of it, I didn't realize this. And the thing is, while this was happening, I didn't know any of this. I thought I was just like, I didn't know this at the time. To me, it was just like, I was just being stubborn. Like, I was just like going along with it, getting hurt continuously over and over and over. But all along the way, people were telling me the same thing, like, she's using you. And then later on, when I finally found this out, I realized, like, fuck, she's been using me. The way I always thought of it was, she's using me for her emotional attention, and she's using other people for sexual attention. That's what it was, essentially. And anyone that knows the situation, our situation, would tell you that. The thing is, I knew this was happening, like, in the back of my head. I knew it the whole time. I can't tell you how many times people would tell me, Alex, drop her. She's literally, like, her friends would text me and say, her friends would literally text me and tell me, she's a shitty person, she's being shitty to you, you need to block her, dump her out of your life. I spent nights crying to her. Literally, I got depressed over this girl. It was a little bit after something else happened. After we had the little break of, like, her, like, going back and, like, playing around with other guys, using me, whatever. We had this one night where she came back and she was like sorry. Like, she told me sorry. Like, she came back, she's like, I'm not drunk, I'm really sorry, I've been so unfair to you, I haven't been treating you good, you treat me like a friend. Like, she was like, you treat me like a friend, I never treated you like a friend, I was always horrible to you, I used you. She said all this stuff to me. And at the end of the night, she somehow used her lady magic to, like, make me admit my feelings to her. Because at this point, I loved her. Like, oh, I thought I loved her. It wasn't love. Because, like, I'm in love now, and I know what love is, and that was not love. That was obsession. But anyways, at the end of the night, I ended up saying, like, as a friend, I was trying to be there for her, and I was like, like, I know, like, we're friends, whatever, but, like, I love you. Like, I told her, like, I love you. And, like, I remember the second I said that to her, I didn't realize at the time. At the time, I thought this was normal. But the second I said that to her, I saw her eyes light up. I saw her face light up, and she was like, I've never heard you say that before. And she said it back. And we had this whole night of talking on the phone where she was just like, God, I've wanted to say it for so long. Like, you know me better than anyone else. Like, I've wanted to say I love you for so long. Like, can't wait now. We can say it all the time. Whatever. So we go on. Sorry, that's my phone. My dad. But yeah, so then we go on of talking this whole night. And she just kept telling me, like, I love you, like, I can't wait to say it all the time now that, like finally, like, the feelings are out in the open. And I was like, she's like, I didn't notice I loved you, but I do. And then we went through this phase of like few days, lovey-dovey, but we didn't establish a label. So, you know, whatever, a few days go by, she starts ghosting me, whatever, and then out of nowhere, she was just like, you know, just because we say I love you, like romantically, that we're not a couple. And I was like, what? I was like, what? I was like, why did you say it? If you know I love you, why would you say it back to me and then continue this lovey-dovey thing and expect me to, like, what do you want me to think? Like, what? So yeah, whatever. We had this thing. I broke down about it to my sister, cried to her. She told me, block her, get her out. And this is when I noticed, I was like, I can't do it. I cannot block this girl out of my life. There's no reason for me to keep her around. There's no reason. She's not a good person. She doesn't treat me well. I only get hurt from her. But I realized the days I wouldn't talk to her, I would be depressed. But the days I did talk to her, I would just be like, yes, like yeah. But the thing is, I noticed every time I spoke to this girl, I was in a better mood. I mean, not that I was in a better mood. I wasn't happy, but I wasn't depressed. And I was like, what is this? I didn't understand. Because every time I spoke to this girl, I was just anxious. I felt sick. Like, I almost wanted to avoid it. But then every time she texted me, I was like, and then when she didn't text me, I was like, I was just like constantly checking my phone. Like when she would text me, like checking her Twitter, I was a little bit crazy. So when she wouldn't text me, I would like have panic attacks. But then when she would text me, I would have like panic attacks and like I'd feel nauseous and I'd be anxious and I'd have all this. It was like a high. I'd get a high from it though. And I realized without her, I had nothing going on. I had nothing going on without her. Like that was it. That was my drama. That was like my excitement. And I realized I kind of just, it was like an addiction is what it was. I was addicted to it. I didn't care that I was constantly getting hurt. I didn't care that I was constantly in pain and getting worse and worse and worse. And this was only spiraling me down and not getting better. I was like just addicted to the pain and the stress and the constant back and forth with this. Like it was a routine for me at this point. Basically, it was like the only thing I had going on, and I don't know what it was, but I got a high from it. I got like a constant. This was like the only thing going on in my life. I was just like, I don't care about the pain. Like I needed it in my life. Like I needed it, and I kept like when I was explaining this to my sister, I was just like, I need this. Like I need her in my life. I can't get rid of her. My sister was like, why can't you get rid of her? She has nothing good for you. This girl didn't make me happy. Sorry, let me clarify that. She did not make me happy because I didn't clarify that. She didn't. She did not make me happy one bit. Every little bit that I was talking to her, I was always anxious. I felt like on edge. Like, I never felt good while I was talking to her because I knew what she was doing to me, and I knew the feeling she brought. It was never a good feeling, ever. And everyone told me this for so long, and I continued with it. I kept going. I kept talking to her. I kept waiting for her to hit me up. Every time she texted me, I'd be like, yep, there. Like, can I call you? Yep, there. Can I vent to you? There. Can I talk to you about, like, my heart, like, you know, she had, like, whatever, she had a problem with some boy, so I'm like, can I call you? Yep, there. Even though I still, like, was, like, fixated on her. I was addicted to the stress, the drama this girl brought to me. It was abusive. She warped me, and she said it to me once. She said, I have you wrapped around my finger. And that's literally what it was. I didn't love her. I was not happy around her. For some reason, she just had me wrapped around her finger because it was the only thing I ever knew. And I was truly addicted to the pain for a little bit. Like, while I was depressed, I did not want to get better. There was nothing, I didn't want to get better. It was so much easier just in life. Not, it's going to sound weird, but like, it was easier to just be depressed. Like, it was so difficult to get out of that for me. It was so difficult for me to get up and want to go to school. Everyone said, like, the only way you're going to get better is if you get back on it. Start going to the gym again, get back on school, do your YouTube videos. get a schedule back into your life. I couldn't do it. I did not want to do that. It was so difficult. I just wanted to order pizza and watch Netflix and get ice cream and cry it out, whatever. I stopped going to the gym, guys. All this. I was a huge gym junkie, and I fell off, and I never really got back on all the way completely, but I just fell off everything, and I didn't want to start my life back up because I was so addicted to this state of life, like missing school, like at this point, like I was depressed. I was able to miss school. I didn't have to have stress. I didn't have to worry about, like I had it so much easier with my family. Like no one would get mad at me for anything. I used it as an excuse. Truly, I was in the worst state of being depressed, where it was an addiction for me at that point. My doctor said, like, you need to do something. Like, you need to take pills, something. If you're not going to find a reason for you to get up, you need to take pills to, like, chemically make you happier. And I couldn't do it, man. There was nothing getting me up for this, for my life. I was addicted to the pain, and I was addicted to the stress. I was addicted to being in such a low state of life to where I needed other things around me to pick me up. I don't know what it was, man. I was in it for so long. I felt like that's where I belonged. I felt like I belonged in a place where I had to be not important, but useful to someone. I thought I had to be I had to have it eat. I had to have it, like, I don't know, I honestly don't know how to put it. It's just like I didn't do anything for myself. Like I had no control over anything. Like that girl, like she dictated my mood. That's what it was. She controlled my mood. She controlled what I did for the night. If she wanted to call me, that's what I was doing for the night. If she went out, I wasn't going out because I wanted to be there if she needed to call me. I was that fucked up. But yeah, the point is, I was addicted to that. And the reason I thought about all this was because I realized how happy I am now, how much in a different spot I am now. The relationship I'm in now is so much more healthy. I'm so happy. I have I have plans. I'm in a better state. I'm in a better place of my life. And I just wanted to make this video because I know so many people are in a position where they are in a bad relationship. They are being abused, either physically or emotionally, in that sort of way. And I just want to tell you guys that if you are in that state, don't settle for it, because at that point you think it's okay. You think that's where you're supposed to be. You're not. Do not, under any circumstances, think that you should take the pain. But like I know when you're in that state of mind, you think, like, it's hard to shake that. You think that's what you're there for. You think that's your place. It's not. Do not get used to a routine of you constantly being hurt, because it is so much better on the other side when you cut that out of your life. And it is truly as easy as cutting it. And I'm not saying easy, it's not easy, but I'm saying the action, the aftermath of cutting someone out is truly such a remarkable result. Like, cutting out the bad parts of your life, if you can. And what I'm saying is, like, if it's a person that is just treating you shitty, if it's not your mom or something, if it's not a family, if it's not difficult, if it's just someone that has been hurting you, if you can block them out of your life, it changes everything so much. And it's gonna hurt for a little bit, but the point is, cut out the bad shit, guys. It's easier said than done, but if you get to it, don't push people away, don't push your family away. So many times my parents were like, let us help you, tell me, like, let us help you. They would bother me over and over. My parents would just constantly bug me and try to get things out of me, and just ask me, like, what's wrong? Tell us what's wrong. Just over and over and over. And I would say, don't worry about it. Like, you can't do anything. Leave it. And I would just not let anyone help me. And when I finally let my family help me, and I let my friends help me, not my friends help me, but, like, I didn't let any of my friends help me, really. But, like, when I let myself open up to other things and feel other things, it just became so much easier. Like, when I cut that person out and I changed my mind, I kind of changed my way of thinking, where, like, I was like, this person's shit. Like when I realized how shitty you gotta realize how shitty you're being treated. You gotta realize the pain you're in, and you need to realize that you need to be in control of that, and you can't have someone else dictating what you feel. And once you do that, the recovery process is a lot easier. So yeah, my point is, I just wanted to get this out, to be honest. I needed to talk about it because I just wanted to tell you guys that side of my story and how much of a better spot I am in now. Because I know I've talked about my mental health so much in the past, and nobody's ever actually known anything that's happened. I've just mentioned it. But yeah, so I want to get that out there, guys. There's still a lot that's untold. I want to make a video talking about that actual, how I got over that, like how I actually got through it, how it went down. If you guys want to hear that, I mean, I probably won't talk about it if you guys don't want to hear it, because it is a whole like in-depth story. And also I do want to make a video talking about my current relationship and how I got into it, and I think I'm gonna wait for my girlfriend to get here in 9 weeks, I think actually, so we can make a video together. But yeah, my life has changed so much in the past year, and I'm so thankful, and it is all because I realized that I don't deserve to be treated like shit. I don't deserve pain. I don't deserve for someone to dictate my mood. I found someone great, and I deserve to be happy, and I let myself have something good for once. And I think you guys, if any of you are in a position, please just remember that pain is not something you deserve, so don't settle for it. But yeah, I hope I didn't overstep, or I mean, I couldn't have overstepped because I'm talking about my experience, which is 100% true. I talk my truth right now, like that's what I'm talking about. So that's how it was for me. I hope I didn't invalidate anyone's struggles, or by saying to like, don't let this happen, don't let that happen, don't let people do that to you. I'm not invalidating anyone who is having troubles with that. I'm saying that I'm reminding you that there is another side to it, and if you could fight to get to that side, that is the path you should take, and you should take people's help. You should listen to people. You should let people guide you, if they can. But yeah, anyways, that was it. That was a long video, guys. I'm sorry. I just wanted to sit down and talk to you about that. Get that off my chest and kind of just get that out. I've never talked about it. That was the time of my life that I was addicted to pain. Emotional pain. And I'm in a great spot now. Not a great spot, because, you know, college and stuff next year. Figuring out my life. But for the most part, I've changed a lot. I've grown a lot. Not physically, unfortunately. Still 5'7". Anyways, yeah. Hopefully you guys did take something from that. I love you guys all. If you watched this far, I love you. I don't know how you've watched this far, but if you have, thank you. If you guys have watched this far, comment down your favorite type of pizza, if that would be great. Yeah. If you guys want more deep videos like this, more story time, stuff like that, let me know in the comment section below. You guys can listen to this stuff while you're gaming, walking, whatever you want. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy that or relate to that, and hopefully that could have helped someone. Drop a like on the video, guys, if you would like. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new. Follow me on Twitter. I'm on Snapchat. All the good stuff is in the description below. Patreon is down there as well if you guys would like to support me a little bit extra, get my videos early, exclusive content, all that type of stuff. And yeah, I will see you guys again very, very soon.